Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, y'all. Y'all got to get in here. If y'all ain't never watched the broadcast, if y'all ain't never commented, if you ain't never viewed none of the content we didn't ever put out, y'all got to get in here and hear this one. When I tell y'all, this is major conviction for myself. I'm going to give a personal testimony. I'm going to give y'all a second to get in here, y'all. I love y'all so much. I hope everybody's blessed on this Saturday. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to get in here, but when I tell you, if you ain't never watched the video, you need to watch this one. If you ain't never commented, express your thoughts, your ideas, this is the video for you to do that, guys. This is major conviction for me. Seriously, I'm gonna be honest. This is major conviction for me. I have to be honest and tell y'all. Major conviction for me. This is something that I've struggled with since I was 16 years old. I'm so serious. And the reason why I go through so much that I go through is because I do struggle with this. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to get in here. If y'all can, everybody let me know if you can hear me very well. And also let me know where you're watching from. What's going on? Sandy. Hey, Miss Sandy. How you doing? Y'all let me know if you can hear me well. Let us know where you coming from. Like if y'all from Texas, if you from... I know some people from Africa, some people from Australia. So wherever your city is, if you're in the United States or not, even if you're in the city, just let us know where you're watching from. We're going to give a few people a chance to get in here because they said they wanted to hear this. But I'm telling y'all, this is major. When I say major conviction on an all-time high, because this is my personal battle. This is the biggest thing that I struggle with. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to get in here. Chanel, what's going on, sis? Glad to see you. Can't wait to the fourth Sunday. I will be there. Oh my God. But seriously, y'all, this is something that I struggle with. When I say heavily, it's something that I struggle with heavily. I know y'all see the title, Why Isn't God Answering My Prayers? Why doesn't God hear my prayers? That is a number one killer. That is a number one question. And oftentimes this is something that we deal with heavily. And this is one of the biggest battles that we have. If we really don't think about it because people don't talk about it as much, but this is one of the biggest battles that we have. I know, well, I'll speak on me. This is one of the biggest battles I have is why isn't God answering my prayers? It seems like I've prayed about it. It seems like I've asked, I've seeked God for all of these things, but why isn't God answering my prayers? I've asked for houses. I've asked for cars. Some people have asked for relationships. Some people ask for promotions. Why isn't God answering my prayers? So we're going to lift it up. We're going to talk about it. When I tell y'all, this is major conviction. So please share this. Get your people in here. Comment if y'all feel the same way that I do. I know I'm talking fast, but I'm excited about this one because when the word of God hits me very hard, I know it's going to bless somebody else. So again, the topic on tonight is why isn't God answering my prayers and why prayer is so important. Those are the two major things that we're going to look at. Why prayer is so important and why isn't God answering my prayers. We're going to dive into it, y'all. I love y'all so much. God bless y'all. Just right off the bat, oftentimes the reason why God isn't answering our prayers is, watch this, because we only go to him in a time of need. Y'all don't hear me. We only go to God in a time of need. So many times that God doesn't hear he hears our prayers, but he doesn't honor our requests because we only go to him in a time of need. Just to be honest and talk about me, that's something that I've struggled with for my entire life. I would pray for other people and I would call out to God on all these other things. But when it came to my prayer life, when it came to me wanting God and expecting God to do things in my life, I would only go to God in a time of need. I would only go to God asking him for something, and I would never be thanking him for the stuff that he's already provided. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. So what was happening in my life, I'm just going to be honest, what was happening with me was that the relationship with God was very distant and I didn't even know it. Oftentimes relationships are broken with God in our life because, and watch this, we think everything is good with God. We think everything is fine. Why? Because we're still receiving the blessings of God. But the moment God stops blessing us, we check the relationship and God is like, you got to check it because, watch this, I was in a point in my life where I wasn't saying thank you like I was supposed to. I kept going to God. I kept asking him for all of these things and he was doing it. I mean, God was performing miracles in my life. He was blessing, doing all of these things. But watch this. It got to a point where the relationship was one-sided. God said, you treat me like a sugar daddy. Y'all don't hear me. He said, you treat me like a sugar daddy. You only come to me when you need something, and when everything is going good, I don't hear from you. So oftentimes we ask God, why aren't you honoring my prayers? Why aren't you, Chanel, thank you for the share. Why aren't you hearing my prayers? Why aren't you doing all these things in my life? And God is saying simply, you only pray to me when you need something. You only pray to me when you want something, and you never come to me. Sometimes it's good to go to God and just tell him thank you. I know that's what really got my life back on track with God, is because I would just go to him and say, God, thank you. God, I thank you for everything that you're doing. God, I thank you for everything that you provided. God, if you don't do anything else, you've already done enough. Another reason why a lot of times our prayer, y'all don't hear me on tonight. Another reason why our prayer, if God isn't hearing us, watch this, is because we don't know how to talk to God. Come on now. We don't know how to talk to God. If we're going to be honest and we're going to be truthful on here, oftentimes God does not answer our prayers. God does not honor our requests because we don't know how to talk to him. Here it is that you're asking God for something and you don't even know how to go to him and talk to him because what's wrong with us, here it is. I'm going to be honest. This was me. The reason why I wasn't being blessed, the reason why I was dealing with so much, because I didn't know how to talk to God. I was trying to talk to God as if he didn't even know me. Y'all ain't... If you ever had a sales job, you know you give this great pitch, you build everything up, you make it sound good, you try to be all elaborate, you try to be all deep, instead of, if you know how them used car salesmen do, they'll sell you this big old dream about this car is the best car. Oh my God, it only had one previous owner, and it was the, y'all know some of us used to have some sales jobs. Don't play funny with me on it. Like, y'all ain't always had the career that you had. Some of us that had some sales job, and so that's what I was going to God. Watch this. I was trying to sell God on what it was I was asking him for. I was trying to sell God, if you do this for me, oh my God, I'll bless you all my days. You know, God, y'all know how we like to go to God and say, God, if you open this door, if you give me this opportunity, I'll use it to benefit you. I'll use it to bless you. But understand, before you can get to asking God for something, you got to humbly submit yourself. Y'all don't hear me. Before you can get to the point where you ask God for something, you got to say, guess what? I'm jacked up. I'm jacked up. God, I need help. God, I need you to come in here and rearrange my life. God, I am a sinner. God, I am a wretch undone. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. What's wrong with a lot of us is, watch this, we don't go to God humbly. We don't go to God honestly. And if you can't go to God honest, then don't expect anything from him. God is not like God is not a genie. God is not a pimp. You don't have to perform tricks and all these things to get God to bless you. All he asks you to do is come to me honestly. What's wrong with a lot of us? We try to go to God like we perfect, like we don't struggle, like we basically, here it is, like we just want more from God and we don't need anything from him. We go to God like he owes us something. But God says, watch this, you got to learn how to talk to me. And so what are you saying, talk to God? If you want God to hear your prayers, you have to be honest with yourself first. Be honest with yourself first. Say, guess what? God, I struggle with this adultery thing. God, I struggle with this fornication thing. God, tame my tongue. God, I curse so much. God, I say so many things that I'm not supposed to be saying. God, I do so many things that I'm not supposed to be doing. But God, I need you to help me. God, before you can bless me, I know that you got to get these things off of me. If you want God to move in your life, if you're expecting a miracle and a blessing from God, you have to learn how to go to God humbly. I know that's touchy. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. What was wrong with me? The reason why God could not hear me, the reason why God was not listening to me, because watch this. He says, you have to come to me humbled. Present yourself a holy, living sacrifice. And so what was wrong with me is that I was so busy caught up in asking God for things that I forgot to go to him humbly. I forgot to go to God and say, God, I'm a sinner. There's a story of a man in the Bible. And before he does anything else, before he asks God, how you doing, Sharonda, what's going on? Peoples, what's going on? Gidry, my boy, what's going on? So watch this. There's a story of a man in the Bible. And y'all, we struggle with this. Seriously, we're gonna lift it up. We're going to talk about it. There's a story of a man in the Bible. Before he can ask God for anything, he just said, God, say, I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. Before he even got into the spiel, watch this. He just, off the bat, God, I'm a sinner. God, I done messed up. God, I ain't lived my life the way I was supposed to live. But God, I need something from you. God, I want to go to heaven. God, I want to be blessed. But first you got to admit those things that's doing wrong. And what was wrong with me, the reason why I was stuck in the rut that I was in is because, watch this, I wasn't ready to admit and accept the things that I was dealing with. I wasn't ready to admit and accept the things that was going on in my life. And guess what? Let me drop a dime in somebody's spirit. You have to understand that God already knows. God already knows. While you're trying to put yourself up on a pedestal, understand that God already knows. So when you go to him, all he wants you to do is admit it, because he's saying, I already know. I already know what it is you need. I already know what it is you're struggling with. All I need you to do is just be honest with yourself, because if you can be honest with yourself, then I can move in your life. And so you ask the question, why isn't God hearing me? Y'all got to talk back to me on here tonight. Y'all got to help me with this. This personal for me. So you ask yourself, why isn't God hearing my prayers? Why isn't God answering my prayers? Why is it that I've prayed for this thing so long and that it seems like I'm still caught up in it? It seems like it won't get better. Have you ever thought to yourself that, watch this, your prayers got to line up with his will? Understand that God is not going to grant. You can ask God for something till you blue in the face, but if it is out of line with his will and his way and the purpose that he has on your life, then you will never receive it. You keep asking God, praying to God, God, fix this relationship. God, I know this is my husband. I know this is my wife. I know he has some struggling times, and I know this is the relationship for me. And you keep praying to God, wondering why it won't get right. You keep praying to God, wondering why the situation won't get better. You keep praying to God, and oh my God, you keep praying to God and you keep saying over and over again, God, give me this. God, give me this. And he says it goes against my will. It goes against what I have for your life. So watch this. Stop praying that God does things your way and start saying, God, let me be receptive to your will and to your way. Y'all don't hear me. Stop praying these selfish prayers and say, God, give me what I want, and say, no, God, give me what you want me to have. See, what's wrong with a lot of us is that we struggle with our prayer life. And the reason why we struggle with our prayer life is because we are selfish. Watch this. The Bible says, he who humbles himself shall be exalted. And so what we have to learn how to do is bring it down some notches and say, God, you know what? I need your will for my life. The reason why the relationship is not working, the reason why you pray for it, oh my God, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give it to y'all straight because y'all know I like to be honest with y'all. Watch this. I was in a relationship, and the more I prayed, the more hell I caught. The more I would pray and ask God, God, I want this. God, give it to me. God, I need this. The worse the relationship got. And it took me forever to realize the reason why it keeps getting worse is because he wants me to stop praying for it because it doesn't line up with his will. You keep asking God for this job because of the 6-figure salary. You keep asking God for this job because it's paying $10 more than your regular job. But understand, you got to ask God, give me peace. Grant me serenity wherever it is I go. Because why? If I have a peace of mind, it doesn't matter what my job is. If I have a peace of mind, it doesn't matter who you put me in a relationship with. If I have the love and the peace that you give me, then I know that everything is going to be okay. So we say, okay, God, I need you to move in my life. And understand that when prayer is something, y'all, that we have to get back to doing. Because even in the last couple of months, I have not been praying as much as Chanel, you feel me on here tonight. Even in the last couple of months, I have not been praying as much as I need to. And watch this. I tried to use the excuse of, well, I'm always helping people. I'm always ministering to people. But God say, watch this. I don't care how many people you talk to. I don't care how many people you help. I don't care how many people you minister to. You still have to take the time out to talk to me. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. God say, I don't care what it is you got going on in your life, how you make time to do everything else. How you say you don't have time and you still make time for everything else, then you got to make time to talk to me. See, what's wrong with us is that we like to put God on the back burner, but we like to come to him and be the first person that we expect to give us something. So here it is. He's the last person that we talk. Oh man, this is hitting me at home, y'all. He's the last person that we talk to, but he's the first person that we ask for something. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. Why? Because watch this. You want it to be a give relationship. You don't want it to be a give and take relationship. So I'm going to say it again for somebody because I need y'all to hear me. He's the last person that we talk to, but he's the first person that we ask for something. It's the same way in your household how you used to be with your parents. When you had a problem going on, your parents was the last person to talk to because you felt like that they didn't understand. But when you needed something, they were the first ones that you went to. And that's the same way with God. Watch this, because he already knows what it is we struggle with. The same way we try to hide stuff from our parents, the same way we don't want them to find out things and they already know. Why? Because they've been where we've been. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. They've been where we've been. They've experienced what it is that we experience. So you're asking yourself, why isn't God hearing my prayers? I've prayed for this thing. Why isn't it getting better? Why isn't God opening the door? Because watch this. It's not the door that he wants to open. It's not the will for your life. So again, I'm going to say it again. Understand that when you pray for something, it has to line up with God's will. And it's not just me. Even Jesus, the first time he goes to God, God, take this away from me. God, remove this cup from me. God, take it away. But even he had to come back and realize and say, watch this. If it is in your will, then remove this cup. But God, if it is not in your will, then nevertheless, Let your will be done. And so that's what we have to get to our life. How many people on this broadcast, seriously, this is a serious question. This is not rhetorical at all. I want to be honest with y'all. I want y'all to be honest with me. How many people on this broadcast want to be blessed? How many people on this broadcast want God to open doors in their life? They want God to do miraculous things in their life. They're expecting God to do some crazy things in their life. They want God to blow their mind. They want God to increase their finances. They want God to bring their families back together. They want God to heal their marriages. They want God to just open doors of endless opportunities. We asking God for endless opportunities. Well, here it is. The only way you can get to endless opportunities is with endless prayers. Y'all don't hear me. The only way you can get to endless opportunities is with endless communication with God. Because watch this. God tells them in Joshua chapter 1. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. Troy, what's going on, brother? I didn't know you was on here. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. The only way you can get, I'm going to say it again. The only way you can get to endless opportunity is with endless communication with God. What are you saying? You should be praying twice as hard than what it is you asking God for. You should be working twice as hard as what it is you asking God for. Because what's wrong with a lot of us, we ask God for things and then we just give up on them. We think it's going to sprout out of nowhere. No, the Bible says faith. It declares that faith without works is dead. So watch this. Your communication with God has to be consistent. God tells them in Joshua, the 1st chapter, you know, this is the time when Moses is dead now. And now they're moving on to the next generation. And God is speaking to Joshua, and they're getting ready to go conquer some land. They're getting ready to take over. And now the people are at a standstill because they're trying to figure out what type of leader that Joshua is going to be. They try to figure out what it is going on. Basically, what is getting ready to happen in our life. We've been through one thing. We understand that this was the person, but now we with somebody new. And so God speaks a word to Joshua. He tells him that, watch this, wherever you go, I will be with you. Y'all don't hear me on today. Wherever you go, I will be with you. Wherever it is that your feet may tread, it will be blessed. He tells them, fear not. Don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed. Wherever it is you go, I will be with you. What are you saying? God will be with you wherever it is you go. I don't care, to the ends of the earth. All you have to do is keep the line of communication open. Here it is. Watch this. You want to talk to God, but you don't want to hear to God. You want to receive to God, but you want to receive from God, but you don't want to be receptive to the things that he's telling you. Because what was happening with me, the reason why I stopped praying so hard, and I'm going to be honest, y'all can be honest with me as well. The reason why I stopped praying as hard is because God was telling me no. And I went to a service not too long ago where a preacher asked the question, what do you do when God tells you no? I'm a kid. I'm a kid when it comes down to that. If anybody knows me, I don't like to be told no. For no shape, form, you have no reason to tell me no. If I ask you for it, don't tell me no. And I was getting into temper tantrums, getting into fights with God where I wasn't talking to God as much because he was telling me no. Everything that I was asking him for, he was saying no. God bless me with a new car. No. God bless me with a beautiful relationship. No. God bless me, open doors of endless opportunities. No. And so what was happening to me, God kept telling me no, but I did not realize the only reason why he was telling me no is because he was setting me up for a yes in the long run. Y'all don't hear me. Sometimes God tells you no with your everyday prayer, so when you get to the end of it, then he can give you a yes. Here it is. He's building you up for a bigger yes. He has to tell you no sometimes so you can trust him. He has to tell you no sometimes to keep you humble. He has to tell you no sometimes so you can stay below your means. He has to tell you no. Oh, y'all don't hear me on today. The reason why God is telling you no so he can build up your yes. And so what we have to look forward to is, watch this, forgetting those things that are behind us, but press forward. God will tell us no to get us to a state where we will trust him, to get us to a state where we have to depend on him. Here it is. And so I said this not too long ago. If y'all being blessed by this, y'all let me know. I'm not going to be too much longer on here, but I got to get this word out. I said this too much long ago because, not so much long ago. What was happening was, in my life was, watch this. The Bible declares that man ought to pray daily, right? I think I said this on another broadcast. The Bible declares that man ought to pray daily. And so what happens is, if you're not praying like you need to be, y'all don't hear me. If you're not praying like you need to be, then God will force you. God will force you. Y'all don't hear me. God will force you into situations where you can't talk to nobody but him. The Bible declares, watch this, he gives a command that man ought to pray daily. This is a command. This is something that he tells us to do, that we shall do. So here it is. He said, if you don't want to talk to me, I will put you in situations where you have to talk to me. And now you're forced into things, watch this, where you were asking for, you could have been asking for a blessing, but now you're asking me to remove a burden because you didn't talk to me in the first place. Y'all don't hear me on today. And so what was happening in my life is that I was getting so caught up. I was getting so caught up. Oh my God. I was getting so caught up in all of these things because I was not talking to God the way that I needed to talk to him. I was not talking to God the way that he wanted me to talk to him. So here it is. God said, if you don't want to talk to me, I will force you into situations where all your friends be fake. If you don't want to talk to me, I will force you into situations where family turn their backs on you. If you don't want to talk to me, I'll fire you from that job. If you don't want to talk to me, I'll take that relationship from me. Why? Because I have to get you into a place where your prayers are for real. Ask yourself, are my prayers for real? Are my prayers for real? You're asking the question, why isn't God hearing me? Why isn't God honoring my request? Well, is what you're praying for, is it for real? And see, oftentimes, oh, I love this so much. Oftentimes, God does not bless you with the things that it is you prayed for because you're not ready for them. Oh, thank you. That hit me. Just say ouch and keep it moving. The reason why God wasn't blessing me with a lot of stuff is because I wasn't ready for him and I wasn't prepared for him. Understand that God will not make a mockery out of himself. So if you prayed for something and you've yet to receive it, either you're not ready for it or it's not ready for you. You don't hear me on today. If you prayed for a relationship and you've yet to receive it, either you're not ready for it or it's not ready for you. Because if you pray for it and God wants you to have it, then it will be yours. If it is not yours yet, then it's not meant for you to have. Can we meddle a little bit? Troy, what's going on? Lakeisha, thank y'all. Can we meddle a little bit? Because we're going to talk about it. I'm feeling it now. So watch this. This is what happens. Seriously, this is what happens. So we pray and we ask God for things. And the reason why he doesn't hear it, well, the reason why he doesn't honor it, not because he hears all things, he knows all things, but the reason why he doesn't honor it is because we are not going to move on it. You will ask God, God, reveal to me who's fake around me. God, reveal to me those that don't care anything about me, those that are just latching on to me because I'm blessed, those that are latching on to me because I'm gifted. And watch this. If God does that for you and he shows you all the fake people and then you stay around them and then you continue to dwell in them knowing that they're wrong, knowing that they're evil, knowing that they don't mean you no good, then what good was the prayer? Y'all don't hear me on today. If you say, God, show me, is this relationship for me? And then he shows you that the person is cheating on you. He shows you that the person is an abusive person. He's showing you that the person doesn't love you anyway, but you stay in that relationship. You stay in that situationship. Then what good was the prayer in the first place? Oftentimes, God does not reveal things to you because you're not ready. Point blank, period. Because you're not ready. Because had you been ready, here it is, God would have did it a long time ago. But sometimes we ask God for things that we're not ready for ourselves. God bless me with a better job. Why would he bless you with a better job and you're not even grateful for the one you have right now? Why would he bless you with a new opportunity and you won't even show up on time at the job you got right now? Y'all don't hear me on tonight. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. And so what happened is, watch this. When you ask God to show you something, you got to be ready to move on it. When you ask God to do something in your life, you got to be ready to move on it. God, you'll say, God, open up a door. God, grant me an opportunity. And then he tells you, you know what? Guess what? I got this opportunity for you, but you can't take your friends with you. I got this opportunity for you, but you got to give up staying at home on Wednesday nights. I got this opportunity for you, but you ain't going to be able to go out on Saturdays. And so you say, nah, that ain't the opportunity for me. Yes, it is. It's the opportunity that God wants you to have. But watch this. You are so conditioned to doing things your own way that you forget and you neglect the blessings that God is trying to give to you. Understand that God does not do anything ordinary and do anything that you can understand. He does things in his own way and in his own light. Why? Because when he gets ready to use you, when he gets ready to bless you, then it has to be mind-blowing. It has to be mind-boggling. It has to be something that you've never thought. It has to be something that you never imagined. So here it is. You ask God for these things, but you have to be ready to act on it. You ask God to reveal it. Reveal it to me. Oh, I've been there. And watch this. You wind up cursing yourself and staying in the situation, staying in the rut longer than what God intended for you because you wasn't ready to move. You didn't do anything. God just showed it to you. He didn't expose it to you. I've been there. I was in a relationship before. And I say, God, show me the real. I want to know if this person is for me or not. Show me, God, if this the person that you want, if this person I've been praying for, if this the person I wanted you to bless me with. And God says, okay, I'm going to show you. 2 days later, less than 48 hours, showed me what it is I was asking him for. Showed it to me. Wasn't no good, lying, cheating, did all of that. Guess what? Watch this. I get mad with God, but I stayed there after he showed me. Y'all don't hear me. You get mad with God, but you stayed there after he showed you. You say, God, guess what? I want a career. Let me know if this job is for me. And then you start catching all hell on the job. But because you got bills, you stay there, but you forget the fact that you asked God for this. You asked God to show you what it is he had for you. So you start catching hell, and you stayed there because you were worried about what was around you. You were worried about what you were going to lose. You were worried about the image. You were worried. I'm talking to myself, but I'm looking at y'all. You were worried about the image. You were worried about what people were going to say. You were worried about what people were going to perceive. You were worried about what it is that you were going to lose. But God said, watch this. I showed you. I showed you to get you out of these things. God is not the type of person where he reveals things just to reveal them. Everything that God does is for a reason and for a purpose. So when you ask God for something, make sure that you're ready and you're prepared for it. Here it is. You're saying, God, bless me with a wife, but you're not ready to be a husband. God, give me somebody that will commit to me. God, give me somebody that will submit to me. God, give me somebody that will love me, but you're not ready to love them. You're not ready to be loyal to them. You're not ready to be faithful to them. God, bless me with children, but you won't respect your parents. Y'all don't hear me on today. Y'all don't hear me on today. Understand that when you ask God for something, when you want God to do something in your life, you got to be ready for yourself. When you ask God something for somebody else, you got to be ready to do it yourself. God is not going to bless you. God is not going to grant something that is outside of his will and make himself look crazy, make himself look foolish. Why? Because he's not a God of confusion. Y'all don't hear me on today. I'm going to say it again because somebody missed that. You asking God for a spouse, but you're not ready to be a spouse. You asking God for a marriage, but you're not ready to be loyal. You asking God, God, give me children. I'm not able to bear children. Something is wrong with my body, and God, I'm asking you to heal so I'm able to bear a child, but you won't even love and respect the parents that God give you. So God is saying, why would I give you a seed and you won't even appreciate you being a seed? Y'all don't hear me on today. Why would I bless you with a relationship and you struggling being single? Why would I bless you with somebody that's faithful and loyal to you and you ain't never had a committed relationship in your life? So understand that when you ask God for something, you got to be ready for it yourself. God, you don't hear me with my prayers. God, I've been struggling with this thing. God, why won't you give it to me? Watch this. Paul says 3 times. 3 times. Troy, they don't hear me, man. They don't hear me. Paul says 3 times, and I got to get off here because I got to preach tomorrow. Y'all, I'm getting excited. But guys, watch this. Paul says 3 times, I asked for this to be removed from me. I asked you to remove this from me, God. I kept praying. I kept asking this, throwing in my side. God, take it from me. Take it from me. And see, that's what's wrong with a lot of us. We want God to take stuff from us. We want him to take all the burdens and take all the pain and take all the negativity out of our life when God is saying you got to learn how to deal with it. Somebody, oh my God, he blowing my mind right now. You got to learn how to deal with it. Watch this. God said, you want me to take it away, but you need to be praying. God, watch this. Don't move my mountains. Stop praying for God to move your mountains and start praying for him to give you the strength to climb them. Y'all don't hear me on today. What's wrong with a lot of us? We'll never get strong because we're not asking God to endure. We're asking God to get us out. Stop praying for God to get you out and start praying for God to get you through. Oh my God. Stop praying for a way out of the tunnel and pray for a way through the tunnel. Why? Because I know if I go through, if I endure these things, then there's a blessing on the other side. I told somebody this last night. Pain is temporary. Pain wears off. But what's wrong with a lot of us, watch this. We don't know how strong we will ever be because we've never asked God to endure. We keep saying, God, take it away. God, remove it from me. So you don't know how to deal with a great relationship. You don't know how to deal with a strong relationship because you've never been in a relationship where you have to be strong. You don't know how to deal with a hellacious job because you've never stayed anywhere long enough where God can bend you and mold you into what he wants you to be so you will be properly equipped to deal with things. What's wrong with a lot of us, watch this, we asking God to get us out instead of asking God to fight. Oh my God, he taught me how to watch, fight, and pray. What's wrong with a lot of us? We watch all day long. We barely pray, but we don't know how to fight. I need somebody on this broadcast on tonight. I need somebody on this broadcast on tonight to say, God, teach me how to fight. God, teach me how to fight. I'm tired of running out of this arena. I'm tired of dealing with these things. God, because every time you get me out, I go right back into it. Every time you get me out of a situation, God, I need to learn how to conquer this thing. I need to learn how to whoop this thing. God, I'm praying right now that you show me how to fight. I'm praying right now that you give me the armor. Watch this. You don't just kill all my enemies, but you let me get some blows in there so I can learn what it's like to get my hands dirty. So I can learn what it's like to work for something. Oh my God, y'all don't hear me on tonight. God, I need you to show me how to fight, because if you show me how to fight, then the devil can't do nothing with me. The devil can't do nothing with me. One of my friends, he posted something the other day. I'm going to bless y'all with this. I got 5 minutes left of y'all time, and I'm going to get up out of here. One of my friends, he blessed me with something. He says, watch this. This is going back to our prayers, y'all. Oh, my God. He says, the devil tries to limit your prayers because he knows that your prayers limit him. Y'all don't hear me on today. The devil tries to limit your prayers because he knows that your prayer limits him. What are you saying, preacher? More prayer, more power. More prayer, more prosperity. More prayer, then more ability, more power to get through these things. What we have to learn how to do is before we do anything, before we ask, we must pray. We must pray. What's wrong with my generation is that we got the worship and the praise down, but nobody wants to pray anymore. We got all of that down, and then stop going to God with these little popcorn prayers. Y'all don't hear me on tonight, man. If somebody being helped by this, because if y'all ain't being helped, I can get off of this thing. But if somebody being helped, y'all got to help me with this thing. Stop going to God with these little popcorn prayers. These little, oh, Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning. Oh, God, I thank you for allowing me to get through the night. God, bless me with opportunities. Amen. In Jesus' name. Stop going to God with these little popcorn prayers and say, God, guess what? God, I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry. I know I should have, oh, my God. I know I shouldn't have slept with him. But I'm sorry. I know I wrote that hot check. I know I was stealing hours on my job. But I'm sorry. I know I ain't been taking care of my child and they've been at Big Mama house, and I know I need to do a better job. God, I'm sorry. God, I'm messed up. But I need you to bless me. I need you to help me. God, I'm sorry. That's some type of prayers that we need to start praying. God, I'm sorry. What's wrong with God is that we start asking God for the wrong things. Here it is. Oh, I'm going to be, oh, here it is. Here it is. Because I hear this all the time. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I ain't pregnant. Oh, thank God she ain't pregnant. Oh, thank God I dodged a bullet on that one. Now you need to start saying, God, kill my urges, so I don't even have to be in this position of this predicament. Now, God, I thank you. I thank you for your will. But if it, oh my God, I thank you for your will. I thank you for your will and for your way, but God, I'm still, watch this, I'm still saying work on me. Do a great work on me on the inside. Stop praying these little popcorn prayers. God, bless me with a car. God, bless me with a job. Now, God, help me be grateful for what I already have. God, help me understand what it is you're trying to make me go through. Nevertheless, God, not my will, but your will be done. Watch this. Oh, I love this so much. And we finna go home with this one. We finna go home. I hope y'all were blessed. I hope y'all were helped by this segment. Oh my God, so many people on here tuned in. God bless y'all. God, thank y'all. We're going to go home with this one. This is one of my favorite 3 words throughout the Bible. LaJoy, she blessed me with this. She blessed me with this so much. She showed me this like a year ago. She blessed me with this. Watch this. The story of the 3 Hebrew boys. A lot of people, we know the story, and they got through the fiery furnace, and they were bound and cast in the fiery furnace because they wouldn't bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar. And people were snitching on them, people were hating them, they were thrown into the fire. Everybody knows that story so much, right? But it's 3 words enough. It's 3 words that blessed me, and it really changed my life for the good. It changed my life for the better. Watch this. Everybody overlooks this because we like to talk about the triumph in the story. We like to talk about them being bound and coming out and Jesus walking with them. And we have to get to a point where we understand, why was Jesus even there? Because watch this, they stand up before this king, chained up, hurt, badgered. They stand up before this king. Watch this. They say, I need y'all to receive it. It's 3 words I want y'all to get. It's 3 words that I want y'all to add to your prayer. Whatever it is you're praying for, whatever it is you're asking God for, I need y'all to add these 3 words to it, and I'm going to get up out y'all way. I'm going to get up off this thing. So they're there. Watch this. And the king is mocking them. He's saying all of this. And so they begin to speak, and they say, watch this. We know, I can't even get to it. Oh my God. We know that God can get us through this. We know that we serve a God that is more than able, that is more than capable to get us out of these chains, that is more than capable to get us out of this situation. But the three words they said that changed my life, watch this. They say, we know that God can do this. We know that God can fix it. We know that God can heal. We know that he's a way maker. We've been praying to him. He's already blessed us with so much, and we know that God can get us out of it. But these next three words that they spoke, it changed my life for the remainder of my life, for the rest of my life. Watch this. They say, we know that he can do that, but here it goes. But if not.
Amen.
But if not. Y'all don't hear me. But if not. Y'all, somebody missing it. God, I know you can get me through it. God, I know you can bless me with the job. God, I know you can bless me with the opportunity. God, I know you can, watch this, you can take my finances to the next level. God, I know you can remove all debt. God, I know you can remove all strife, all struggle. But if not. But if not, it's not that you can't do it. It's just that it wasn't in your will to do it. God, I know you can bless me with a relationship. But if not, I know that it's not that you can't do it. It's just wasn't in your plans to do it in my life. That means you got something better for me. The words, but if not, simply means, watch this, you can, but if you choose not to do it, I'm okay with it. So what do we have to learn how to do is be okay with God's will and God's way. Y'all don't hear me on today. I got 45 seconds and I'm out y'all way. Everybody just joining in. Go back and watch this broadcast. Let it bless you. So here it is. Watch this. It's not that God can't get us out of our situation, but he wants us to get into a situation. He wants us to get into a type of praise. He wants us to get into a type of mindset where we say, watch this. It's not that he can't do it, but if he don't do it, it just wasn't in his will. Somebody say, I'm good either way. Y'all don't hear me. Somebody say, I'm good either way. It's not that he can't bless me with another opportunity. It just means that it wasn't in his will for me to do it. It just means, watch this, that he's making me avoid a stumbling block that possibly would have set me back. Oh, y'all don't hear me on tonight. But if not, I'm good either way. I'm good either way. Long as I'm with God, I'm good either way. Follow what's going on. I'm good either way. And so what we have to learn to do is adapt the mindset that says it's not that God can't bless me with it. It's not that, watch this, he being stingy with it. It just means that he has something else better for me. The scripture declares, but if not. It's not that you can't do it. It's not that he's not able. It's not that he's not willing. It just wasn't planned and ordained for my life. So what I have to learn is, watch this, I got to love God either way. Whether he blessed me with $1,000 or he blessed me with $1, watch this, I got to learn how to tell him thank you for his will. I got to learn how to tell him thank you for his will, because it was his will that got me through. It's not that he can't give me the car. It's not that he can't give me the house. It's not that he can't bless my business. It's not that he can't give me the loan. It's not that he can't open doors, but he want me to, watch this, he want me to tell the devil that no matter what it is I go through, I'm satisfied. No matter what it is God drop in my lap, I'm still satisfied. I'm good either way. Y'all don't hear me on tonight. I'm good either way. Though the hell raise up in my life, though I might get blessed with things, I'm good either way. Watch this. Whatever the cats used to say down on the block, the old school cats used to say on the block, whichever way the wind blows is cool with me. Watch this. Because God got a plan for all of our life. God got a plan for all of our situations. So the last thing I'm going to leave y'all with, you ain't got to force nothing. You ain't got to beg for nothing. You ain't got to plead for it. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is sit back and watch God work. Because watch this. If he's able to get you out of it, then he's able to get you into something else that's even better. So the last thing we're going to leave y'all with on tonight, and I hope somebody was blessed by this broadcast. Again, if you just not tuning in, go back and watch this, share this, let's get this out, let's bless somebody. But the last thing I'm going to leave y'all with is, watch this, I'm good either way. I'm good either way. Learn how to let your prayers be lined up with God's will. Learn how to let your prayers be lined up with God's way. So again, I love y'all. I thank y'all so much. I can't be long. I got a whole nother 20-minute segment that I could do, but I got to preach tomorrow, y'all. So I got to get out of here. But I love y'all so much. God bless y'all. Oh my God. I'm content no matter what it is I go through. I learn to be content. Whether I'm abased, whether I'm abound, whether I'm good, whether I'm bad, whether I'm happy or I'm sad, whether I'm blessed or I'm burdened, I learn no matter what state I'm in to be content. May God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. I love y'all so much. God bless y'all.